Okay, I went out yesterday, not far, just around my area. I wasn't very much out there, but I did get a stove. I got a fluorescent light fixture with the ballast and some miscellaneous metal here, a little bit of wire mixed in, a couple things, and some metal. Okay, I gotta pick a couple things up for my roofer guy. It's not a lot. He sent me pictures, just a few things, and then 2 locations. No big finds, but I'm gonna pick them up now. Then I'm gonna load that metal. I'll strip that stove into my van and we'll go to the scrapyard to see what the prices are like. And I still have my truck is full. I'm gonna dump that probably tomorrow, I'm thinking. Yeah, I'll dump it tomorrow, but for now I just wanna get started here. Yeah, I passed a super big stone yesterday. It was actually it was in my bladder because it was really bugging the hell out of me. And if anybody had a kidney stone, if you ever had them, basically, you get pain in your kidneys, and pain from your kidney goes around to the side, and you can actually, the pain will, as the kidney stone moves, you can actually feel different locations around your side, and goes into your stomach, down to your groin. So anyways, it was in my bladder probably for at least a couple days, I think, because I think I passed the stone before, but only a small stone came out, right? And then this one, I knew there was something in there, and finally it's it's huge. It was wide like that, but skinny. I'll send you I'm gonna put a couple of shots and still pictures at the end of this video here. Like, I'll tell you, this biggest stone I passed. I passed one big years ago, about 10 years ago, but this was about the biggest stone that I had recently. It was just incredible, and it was almost like it looked like almost like a seed. And I knew that it was in my bladder because I was having issues when I urinated. You had like a burn at the end a little bit, right? And then anyways, if you have kidney stones, you know what I mean. It's some people may have them and they're not aware of them. They're probably tiny ones. You get a little pain for a little bit, and all of a sudden it's gone, right? But when you get a big stone, it hovers around for quite a while. And this one has been around for at least a week. So the last 2 weeks, that's my 3rd kidney stone that popped out. So hopefully I got no more kicking around, but you just don't know. I mean, it kind of comes and goes. It's part of your diet, I guess. And I was, especially summertime, you dehydrate a lot, right? Plus I'm taking high blood pressure pills, and I kind of, it has a water pill built in there, and what it does is makes you go to the washroom a little more than normal. So, but regardless, drink a lot of water is a key thing. Is lots of water and then lots of exercise. Like, I did get around a lot, but I think I drank a lot of pop when I was younger, and I think all that sediment over the years, settles there and it starts to get crystallized. But they're I'll show you, like I said, I'll show you the picture compared to a dime. You'll see that it's a big stone, very big. So anyways, I hope it didn't gross anybody out. It's just facts of life. I mean, we get older, or it could come at any age pretty well, but a lot of people do get them, and there's something, somewhat an issue people get quite often. So anyways, stay tuned. I'm gonna go try to find this little bit of scrap this guy has, a little bit of flashing. It's at his own personal house. I'm going to the roofing guy there. So he's an awesome guy. He saw me pick up metal one time outside his house. He said, "Hey, give me your card and I'll shoot you metal." Once in a while we do these jobs, and sometimes you get lots of metal, sometimes a little bit, but and then he leaded me on to his neighbor's house, where I got a really nice radiator too, and a bunch of other stuff there, and a bunch of scrap. So like I say, it all pans out. Word of mouth is the biggest thing in any business. Word of mouth is bigger than advertising. Okay, stay tuned. Idiots would have took the ball boats. Oh well. I'm gonna have to blooper that one. They would have took the ball boats like normal people. Oh well. Okay. So this is my roofer guy. I guess they take the old, when they do the roofs, they take the old vents off and they take the old vents off, and then some of these things are aluminum, maybe like this, maybe no, it's galvanized. Well, it works out good because, you know, he might have a job that's really far away. Saves me the time of going. It's easier to just come down here near my house. And when you're doing roofing, you're only throwing shingles in there. So they're recycling shingles. So not recycling metal and garbage. So it's okay. Okay, it's got another address for me to check out, so I'll check out next. Back through here. Actually, I've seen a barbecue around the corner here, but it won't fit in here. But when I load everything in my van, I'll be able to get it. This also was brushing too. Maybe shred it anyways, no big deal. Okay, that was GPS. Took me in a circle. First I went to walking mode, and then I went to driving mode, and then maybe go in a big circle. So, okay, stay tuned. Location. It's a bunch of buckets, but it's only a block from where the guy lives, so it's okay. It's metal, and they're nice and clean. They're like paint buckets or something, or chemicals. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna head back, do a couple of spins in the area first, head back, load and go. I might throw this loose metal in my truck, I'm thinking, maybe we'll see. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, stay tuned. Basically, just gonna sort out some of the stuff here. Didn't realize I had this much stuff. I knew I had tires in here, but I don't think I had all the stuff in here. 5 tires, barrel spill, dolly. If you have a barrel sits on top of it. It's a spill kit. I got that from my pickup the other day. That's worth a few bucks. I'll probably try to sell that one, I think. If you got chemicals in barrels, when you eat, in case they spill, they'll actually keep it in a reservoir, if you know what I mean. Now to start doing aluminum run, I think. So much aluminum is building up again. Orders. That's why when you do a scrap metal, you always get other metals, right? It's not just you know, steel. You know, you're getting aluminum, copper, brass. You know, just wire. You never know what you know each area, each day leads to, right? So, anyways, I'm gonna make this stuff disappear, load all the other material in here, pick up the barbecue up the road, dump the load. If I have time to dump my truck today, I'll do that. If not, it'll be another day. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, so basically I'm gonna get this out, take it apart, the one plug. See, these newer ones they don't have a lot of wire, but I know I need to get as much wire I can. I guess. Well, it came out nice. Some of the things are hardwired, but anyways, especially the electro plug ones are soldered on or maybe crimped on or something. But Grounds, especially the grounds are on tight too. Some weird plate here. You don't normally see that. It's the ground wire there. You guys, don't panic how I cut it short. All I do is just pop this up here. These wires out, come right out. So what I left behind there is out. See that? So it's out. Completely stripped. Not a lot of wire, but hey, it's better than nothing, I guess. A little chip here, that's why I took it off. To be honest, these knobs and these newer ones, they're not really that good at all. Let's pop one open and see if I can show you. It's not that great. See, I mean they got some contacts there. A little bit of brass, but I guess, you know, since all we're doing is just popping off the clip in the back, it's not like we spent an hour doing it, right? It's done, stripped out. I'm gonna throw that in. I got everything else in so far. Throw the rest of this little small stuff in. Maybe on this ballast, I'll take the wire off. Take this wire off and then add a little bit of added wire. Oh, it's looped around like that, but okay, it's one side. This light fixture will knock off. There's copper here, and there's also ground that's copper wire and a ground wire. Bare copper. Right there, bare copper. I'll put that up here for now. There. And then looking at this ballast, it's a non-PCB ballast, so no big deal. It looks like it leaked anyways, but they can take it. Scrapyard won't pick about it. As long as they can read the non-PCBs. Okay. Let's throw the rest of the stuff in. I did get a water dispenser from my yard. I figured I'll throw that in. Okay. Okay. Take the light bulb out. This one's broken too. You think these guys would, you know, take out the bulb or something when they throw it out, huh? Just to, you know, make it simpler. Don't care. People don't care. I'll take the wire off here. I tried stripping a couple of these bulbs actually, I know ballasts, and some of the tar is really bad. I stripped a couple summer that weren't too bad, but a couple after that they were really bad. So it depends on the brand, I guess, what kind of materials are used, and some of it's still like oily still, even though it's non-PCB, it's still oily substance, versus some are just like paste. That. Okay, that's that. I'm gonna put some tools away. I'm gonna go. I'll be back. We'll pick up the barbecue first, then we'll dump it. Okay, here, but see tank on it. So, oh, it's a rotor. You got a rotor. Look at that. It's still open. The valve. It's empty, but. Cut this off here. Okay, rotor for my rotor collection. Tank's empty anyways, so I wouldn't want to take it right now, but since part of the deal looks like, I'm gonna leave a tank on the side of the road. So okay, let's hope she fits in. Very light. If you notice, I took that little toolbox out and I got more clearance. That thing was just always in my way. So now I get a little bit of clearance, I'm thinking, in that corner, so we'll see. Fits perfectly. Okay. Okay, I gotta hit the scrap yard, so it's gonna be trying to get the truck dumped. So if I can't get the truck dumped, at least I'll get this dumped. About $4:45. Okay. Just never know what pops up, you know, in different locations. I mean, that thing's only maybe 40 pounds. Maybe it's not that heavy. Very light. But when I rolled it, it doesn't weigh like nothing, right? It's missing the top, the grills. You know, it's rusted away, so what do you expect? Okay, oh, something here was here for ages. I'm just gonna do the guy a favor. I'm supposed to get a backup camera put in here. I got one I'm gonna do a review on, so I'm gonna install in this vehicle, I'm thinking, because You know, it's just kind of nice to see, make sure there's no kids behind you or something, right? I can drive perfectly backwards, but you know, it's just to catch it, you know, in case there's kids or someone behind you. Or I say sometimes a car comes behind you right dead center and you don't see it. So some of these guys are pretty goofy like that. I just wonder if I missed it already. Yeah, I think I passed it. I'll have to back up a little more. It's one of these houses on the right side. I think it was right over here somewhere. I think it's just a new house here, I'm thinking. Oh, yeah, I see it over there. I was gonna cut it at one time, but I never bothered cutting it because I was just a little too busy at time in the summer. So I'm gonna grab it now. This metal here was sitting there for ages. I can get it in. I'm gonna get it in. Bigger long van, I'll be able to get it in. Oops, yep. Okay. It's probably awning, a car awning or something, and we had a bad winter, so I think what happened was it just basically fell apart. Okay. Let's go to the scrapyard now. I was meaning to grab that about 6 months ago. It's been sitting there for that long, 6 months. Hard to believe. Okay, scrapyard, let's go. Okay, I just took back that load. It was 760 pounds. The machine gave me $34 for that load. So I guess not too bad, considering it wasn't that full. Price is still around 90 right now, so what do you do? Price is low. I think I'm going to take a break now. Going to go to Tim Hortons with my brother here. Still have my truck full. It's too late right now. It's like 4:45. They shut at 5, so there's no point trying to make it. I'll just drop it tomorrow. I think maybe tomorrow or later today I might scrap a few more things out, possibly. Hard to say, but anyways, let's keep continuing. Stay tuned. My storage yard, looks like leaves are really falling already. Starting to fall already. Okay. I take these two and this one? Yeah. Which ones are you taking?
These ones. Right here.
What are they? What kind are they?
HP.
Is that screen on them broken?
Screens seem good on them.
Hmm.
The other ones, there's only one more. A good screen. The other ones are all cracked screens, but they're still nice computers. The other ones.
It's pretty beat up, yeah. Okay, we'll take them for parts. Well, here's that other one with needed the battery, remember? That's when you need the battery. Maybe we'll get the hard drive off it or something.
Yeah.
So give me back whatever you're not taking, because this way I can scrap it otherwise, right? You think you can redo them?
Screen's killed.
You know, but you think hard drive. Battery, yeah, hard drive.
Idea.
Right? It's been dry, that one's been sitting up here. Okay, so my yard is a little bit better. I need to get in here and start taking stuff apart, but you know, gonna concentrate on my other yard first. Plus, with the prices being lousy, then it gives you a little more time to just sort stuff out here and get all these computers sorted out, scrapped. Even though the price is low, it's just stuff that's sitting. You know, I got maybe what, 40 boards out there, some hard drives and whatever's in there, and the rest are just cabinets, right? Power supplies, wires, so I can at least sell the wire, right? Power supplies, I might just open them up, take the few things off, and then shred it. They're only paying, if they buying 10 cents a pound for power supplies. That's a big if, right? Right, here's my pliers, my baby. You know what? 2 pliers. One I got lost. I paid like 25 bucks for this one. Lost in my yard. When I did my final cleanup, it popped up. Leave that one here, but I'll take this one here. I found this garbage picking in Surrey, so that's good. So there was something I was going to grab here and I just can't remember. But anyways, yeah, see, as the days get... Oh, it's another bike I got here, actually. I'm going to give that to one of my relatives. See, he's just getting wrecked here otherwise. I could have gave that away before. It's a similar bike to the one I found the other day, but it's a bigger frame. So instead of scrapping it, which, you know, I'm going to get nothing for it, scrap, so there's no point. This one I can give to relatives. At least relatives, they're okay about it. They'll say, hey, you know, blah, 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 they're happy, right? Versus trying to sell them for like 10, 20 bucks, pretty hard. But give it to a family member, a little bit easier. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, these are the computers I put aside. My brother actually picked these computers aside. So he's slowly taking a few at a time. Trying to repair some, trying to wheel and deal with friends and so on. Eventually they'll be gone. I sold most of the other ones, and the ones I have left here, they don't have a battery, so they won't pay very much without a battery. So it's got to be complete to get, you know, at least they'll buy it if it's complete, otherwise they don't want it. And I need to get, like I say, all these. I don't know, these spiders came out of nowhere. When I get all these cable boxes taken apart, that's all metal there too, right? One board, maybe 3 or 4 IC chips and a few gadgets, and that's it. The rest is scrap. So anyways, that's kind of how it goes. I got lots of monitors there still. Those are easy to strip anyways. Just a couple screws, it pops open, and then you have a board in there, that's it. This winter I like to go through the sealed units here, at least cut them open. A lot of those I got from people, various people, and some I found fridges that were ripped apart. So when it was ripped apart, it was easy, I popped it off, but generally I don't like to break the Freon. You know, I try not to at all. But eventually, you know, some guys, you know, like I found dispensers like right here, water dispensers, and then the copper's ripped off. They left a sealed unit, and they left a reservoir like over here, a stainless steel bowl. I found it a few times. That's why I got a couple small ones in there. But I had, like I say, I had about 20 water dispensers, but I don't want to waste my time. I mean, there is copper in them, but you know, I'd rather get them professionally cleaned out. Anyways, another sealed unit here. That's the way I found it. So that one I cut apart. Double check that. Okay, so anyways, I'm gonna move on for now. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, stereo here in the corner. There's actually more stereo stuff here, but they cleaned most of it up. Left the oil bottles behind. But this one, like I say, I'll take the board off at least. That had a nice display on that. Look at that. Big base display. Heavy enough. Like 20 pounds of scrap metal. I think the main board out at least. Maybe a transformer, depends. Okay. Yeah, there was 2 of those there last time, some other stuff, but looks like everything's gone. Most of the garbage anyways. Okay. A couple springs here I noticed on the ground here, some metal. Not a big payday or nothing, but I can easily throw on top of my truck to top the load off. There's something else here. I'm in Bridgeview right now. Usually it's almost like the ghetto, but it's trying to clean up here. They're building brand new houses here. Built a nice house right there. It looks like beautiful. But the problem is we're low-lying land here. This could flood. So if the Fraser River ever floods, this land will be underwater. That's why their houses are raised. They're 2 stories above ground. And what they do is they have parking on the bottom, like this house. Look how tall it is. They have parking on the bottom and like a 6-foot crawl space usually. 6 foot or 8 foot, I'm not sure what it is. Usually unfinished, non-livable, but who knows what they're doing here in these homes. But these properties used to be like, you know, $100,000 houses at one time. And they went skyrocketing 400,000 or 500,000 these homes here. We're talking about land, we're not talking about a brand new house. This is a community center, Bridgeview Community Center here. We're talking about Surrey right now. Here's another big house. As you can see, if you look further, look at the stairway, how high it is. So the rest is kind of living, is 2 levels of living. Well, that's quite the house there. But look at the stairway. I don't really like a high stair like that. It's kind of stupid, but I guess to avoid the flooding, right? See no windows below at all, so it's probably one giant crawl space down there. Could even be an 8-foot high crawl space. Big house, but who knows what people do. Sometimes they put suites and stuff like that. People don't care anything to make a buck, but it would be ideal for maybe a guy who does scrap metals or a hoarder type guy. You get a lot of storage space. And it is dry. It's just a matter of if it ever floods. This river ever floods. There's a good chance it probably won't. There's a bicycle right here actually. I have to take a better look at this. Boxes right there. I just don't know some of these areas because we're in Bridgeview. Oh yeah, okay, that's overgrown bike. I'm gonna come back and grab it. If I didn't see it being overgrown, it looks kind of old and beat up. Because, you know, Bridgeview, the guys come out of nowhere, the druggies, and they park their bikes like that sometimes, so you have to kind of watch, right? But being prices so cheap now, most people aren't scrapping that much anymore. Fuel's too expensive, you can't afford the fuel, right? But it's in my area. I live around here. I just dropped my brother off. I took him home earlier. Gave him a bunch of stuff, you know, and gave him a few laptops and a bunch of other things there just to keep him, you know, occupied to do something, right? He's living in kind of a shelter for homeless type people, but they make apartment, give them some extra space, which is nice. Keeps them off the streets, but you know, they have to be careful. Some guys just hoard too much stuff. Yeah, it's been sitting for a while. You can see it's overgrown. Oh yeah, it's my kind of scrap. It's heavy, easy, free. Keeps the streets clean, right? I'm gonna check those 2 boxes up around the corner. I had a hunch to check this area out because I found appliances here. Being Friday, you just never know. But I'm not expecting a lot of competition right now because I'm getting $90. Some scrap here it's paying as low as $35. So at $35, well, forget it. I wouldn't bother, but you know, I would still, I like scrapping, you know what I'm saying? I got some dishes here and stuff. Let's just take a better look. Looks like junk, but just never know what's in here. Books and stuff. I see a cord. Maybe a clock radio. Oh, some kind of powered speaker 2 times. I check the glasses all the time because sometimes glasses, you could find milk glass or depression glasses or something cool, but those just cheap China ones from, well, China glaze. They're not like milk glass or nothing. They're actually pottery, glazed over pottery, so nothing special. I think over there, old chair right there. But okay, typically these are the homes that were in the area. See all these little tiny homes? Probably from, you know, 30s, 40s, 50s. See, there are typical homes like that in this area. And some are bigger and some are smaller, but that's a lot of your typical homes are like that. A lot of them got torn down. This one, style like this. And then this is probably built in the 70s. It's another generation of homes, these two. See, as you see the smaller homes here again, that's probably like a, could be late 60s, early 70s. This could be 60s here. Right now we're doing 70s, or could even be 80s, this one, right? So what's happening is there's all sorts of generation of homes in here, but originally there were, I think there was a sawmill around here. I'm not sure if this is called Brownsville originally, but Brownsville's around here somewhere. There was sawmills and stuff here in the old days. What was I seeing back there? So, and all the stuff, like I say, all the sawmills dried up and all that, and now these old war homes are kind of left here. Well, yeah, all that, if you can see way down there, all that hosing, that's a scrapyard. They're hosing their piles down still, even though it's not that warm, but they're constantly hosing all this scrap down. I guess, yeah, all these barge fires and stuff, it's not worth taking a chance. You know, they don't want to lose their license or something goes crazy. But most of the fires were started by lithium batteries and stuff like that. Guys scrapping cars and leaving batteries in trunks and weird things like that. And then, you know, all of a sudden you got grease, oil, whatever, dealing with fire after. Then that's why they were at one point they were searching every load, like continuously looking at everything. And then they said, okay, no batteries for one thing. Any kind of batteries, they're not taking them. That's why, you know, before we used to throw everything in there. No one cared, right? No, but now can't. Has to be all separate. Even scooters and electrical tools and so on. Let's see. There's an old house here. It's a classic old home right there. Another old home right there. See, these are all the old little shacks, almost like little cabins almost. Here's like a bigger monster type home. See, that's got like a 6-foot crawl space here, but the staircase is so high, which is so stupid. I can't imagine carrying all your furniture up those stairs and walking those every day. Pile of junk there, but looks like junk. Oh, there's a lumber base here. Look at that. See, electric lawnmower right there, sitting there. See, Bridgeview. The stuff is around. You just gotta drive. I'll throw that in right now. That's a big monster home there. They built another one there. Another one there. So now you're taking these, all these shacks are being torn down. All the shacks are being torn down, right? And they're building these big monster homes. So now these houses are like probably 1.5 million. Pretty close to, I would think. I would say, yeah, close to 1.5 million probably. I'm not sure how much the land is right now. It could be like 600,000-700,000 land now. So you're looking at least 1.5. Hard to say, but prices are really high right now. Here's another big home. And they build them nice. They put stone, imitation stone on the outside. Makes them quite nice looking. Well, surprising, Bridgeview paid off. A couple things here for my time. See, it's a big house. Big double sun decks. Most of these houses are on pilings, by the way. Also, they have to put concrete, or they put wood, creosote drenched wood. They're like pilings, about maybe, I don't know, like a 12 inches wide piling. They pound them into the ground because it's all bog here. You know, there's ditches here. Like I say, where the river's just beyond there, but it's still pretty far. The river's far away. But the fact is, you know, if it ever flooded or went over the railway tracks, well, probably not, because the highway, they put the highway in here. It's a good chance it can't go over the highway unless we had some 20-foot flood or something crazy. Then there's a possibility. But since they built the highway, chances of this area being any flooded? Never. I think in the 50s it flooded over. There was a record of a history of a flood here at one time. And I remember 20 years ago when I moved around here, it rained so hard there'd be a river coming. There's a Home Depot up here, like a river flowing right through here, and a lot of these low-lying homes were being all flooded. And that's not from the river or nothing, that's just water coming all from King George all down the hill and just coming down here to flood around this whole area. So it's amazing what they did. But they put a pumping station here. That's where they spent a lot of money here. They put pumping stations and everything, and some ditches are filled in depending. When they built a new house, it covered a ditch over. So they spent money in this area. That's why this area is really starting to grow. The lots doubled and tripled in value because, you know, they spent money. But I remember coming here visiting friends, these ditches, like, you know, totally overflowing ditches. That's why we would never buy here, me and my wife, because we were worried about kids drowning in these ditches, right? Because some of these ditches are really pretty deep. Some are like 6-7 feet deep. And when it floods over, it's like an amazing amount of water. I don't know, it's a copper here, maybe? A cop? Let's see. Take a better look. Looks like a cop car. Probably not, but you never know. Undercover or something. But they have a lot of Dodge Chargers out here undercover. So it's getting dark here. It's winding down here. I'm just gonna do a few more streets here. Just kind of share, you know, my area where I live. And well, I don't live in Bridgeview. I live in the hills east of this area, but I just like to just show people different areas. When I watch people's videos, when they take tour of towns and everything, it gives me a feel like I'm kind of a part of that video. You know, not just looking at a bunch of trash on the side of the road. No, I'm seeing a little bit of view of the area, a little bit of history. And then, you know, when you kind of learn, it's like part of a learning process, right? You know, that's why I like traveling. When I do travel, I always go and look at the local history, the culture and so on, try to make a video, do some excursions and all that, and just get the feel of the country. That's why I like to go to different countries all the time. Like, I've been to Bahamas about 4 or 5 times, but where the devastation was, all that hurricane damage, I'd never been to the island. I heard it was a beautiful place to go. A lot of guys told me it's a beautiful place, but, you know, never went there. But it's just, you know, like I say, it's amazing. You know, you get a storm like that, the whole city is completely destroyed overnight, right? So, I mean, I'd love to live in those areas and the beautiful scenery and all that, but when it comes to a storm, and even though, you know, you're in a country like that, most of the people are fending for themselves. There's no real government help. I mean, the government help comes with TV right there, flat screen, plasticky. They just got so many flat screens right now. That's why, unless there's a metal back, I just don't feel like grabbing more for some reason. I have to wait till I get a little less TVs in my yard. I got probably 40 kicking around right now. But I was gonna say, people are they're helpless there. You know, you don't have food, running water, no electricity, and who's out there to help you? The government's not helping you. You know, the government might come in there 1 or 2 weeks later. They don't come instantly. I mean, they had a lot of, thank God, a lot of Americans came in there to help and bring supplies and water. Well, I even heard they were being turned back by the government, saying, hey, you know, we don't want you bringing stuff. Well, that's what I seen on YouTube. Not sure if that's 100% true. I mean, I'm just judging by what I see in other people's videos, but I'll tell you, a natural disaster, just like here, if there was a natural disaster here, any civilized city, and you didn't have your running water, you didn't have nothing, no money, banks didn't work, didn't have food, I'll tell you, there'd be chaos. Just like New Orleans, right? People are robbing and looting, not just because they want to steal stuff, they will need food to survive, right? Feed their family, right? Anyways, enough rambling on here. I don't see a lot more left in this area here. It's just, like I said, I want to show you, this is basically called Bridgeview. That's the highway they put in here. It's a container highway that loops right around. So that's what I call a barrier from any big flooding. You know, that's not going to come over that highway. Very rarely, if it would ever do that. But with global warming and, you know, big storms and rain, I mean, It's never possible, right? No one knows. But anyways, we'll leave it at this. Don't forget to subscribe, share, like. Don't forget all likes, more likes I get on my video. I think the best I've seen, about 200, 250. Can I get 300 likes? Well, that'd be awesome to see 300 likes. Gives me, you know, the thrill and the fun of making his videos and entertaining people and showing a little bit of history and having fun doing it. So 300 likes. All comments are welcome. Sometimes I can't answer every comment, but I do read them all. I try to throw a couple, one or two word lines in there if I can, just to acknowledge a few things if they ask a question. If you ask me a question, usually I can reply pretty easy. What's here? Oh, what's there? Oh, I see a metal shelf. I see actually. Oh, look at that. Is that lots of metal? What am I seeing there? It looks like metal or something there. Like shelves and stuff. Let me take a better look here. Yeah, it looks like shelf. Oh, it looks like all metal actually. Fenders, bumpers, shelves. Wow, look at the score here. Probably cleaned out the car lot here. Yeah, that's a door. That's what I call a scrap life. You had that scrap feeling, there was something here. Had that feeling. I'm not gonna take it all, but I'm gonna take some of it. Let me come back with my van if I have to. Probably from the car lot or something, I would think. Metal. See, a little bit of rambling on. Jackpot. See, this is where we had the flea market. Really good flea market, but there was so much stolen stuff at that flea market. Got shut down by the city. Good for selling junk, just too bad it was flea market crap, right? No more flea market. It's too bad. Well, that's what happens. You let the criminals sell there, and then the guys who are trying to make a dollar there, trying to sell junk, they can't sell paint, nothing, right? Almost tempted to come back for shelves. I might do that. It's all money, right? Guys are selling stolen stuff for peanuts, and guys, oh yeah, that's pretty heavy stuff actually. 4 shelves, probably 100 pounds. Actually, that's probably about, I'd say 200 pounds of metal here. Not very much, but I think I'll come back with my van. I'm gonna do that actually. 4 shelves there. Okay, anyways, just like I was saying, you start letting the criminals sell there, and then it's not fair for the people trying to make a dollar. You sell, say a saw for say 20 bucks, 25 bucks, 30 bucks. You know, a good old used saw, been around probably for a few years. The criminal comes with a brand new saw for 25 bucks. Well, come on, who's gonna make the sale, right? So anyways, it's just a sad day. It's not happening no more because I could sell my nuts, bolts, and just my general junk. Oh, there's another bike there. See, I had a feeling about Bridgeview. Paid off. Paid off. Bike right there. Flipped upside down, ready to go. I have to look at it and make sure it's not no kid's bike, but the way it's flipped like that, just never know. We'll see. Kids don't flip it and leave like that, but double check it. Yeah, it's got a flat tire. It's a bit of an old beater bike, I'd say. Comes in twos. There's my second bike. That's my second bike. Okay, well, let me get my van, grab those shelves. I probably won't film the shelves, but you know I'll grab them, because actually, you know, those shelves I can change to wood and reuse those shelves for my garage if I really want. We'll see about that. Hard to say. Okay, thanks for watching. You guys have a great night.